Welcome to the Call Detail Records Walkthrough. CDR is one of the most powerful tools in the admin console. It gives you a complete record of every call that passes through your PBX, with inline recording playback, AI-generated transcriptions, routing context, and full-text transcript search. Whether you're investigating a customer complaint, auditing call quality, or tracking agent performance, CDR is where you go. In this video, we'll cover the CDR table layout, routing context badges, the filtering system, recording playback with presigned S3 URLs, the AI transcription viewer, expandable sublegs for complex calls, and CSV export. Let's start by logging in and navigating to the CDR tab. Here's the CDR tab under PBX Management Logs for Wicked Sprockets. The view defaults to the last 7 days, showing the most recent calls first. At the top is a filter card with date range, source, destination, disposition, transcript search, and toggle checkboxes for recordings and transcriptions. Below that, you see the record count and page number on the left, with an Export CSV button on the right. The main table shows every call record with columns for date and time, source number, inbound DID, destination, context, total duration, billable seconds, disposition status, and action buttons. Each page shows 50 records with pagination at the bottom. The disposition column uses color-coded badges, green for answered, yellow for no answer, red for busy, and gray for failed, so you can scan call outcomes at a glance. Let's look more closely at the table structure. Each row in the CDR table represents a single call leg. The date-where-time column shows when the call started, derived from the asterisk unique ID epoch, rather than the call end timestamp that asterisk stores by default. This gives you the actual call start time. Source shows the caller's number or extension. The DID column shows which inbound phone number received the call. This is critical for multi-DID tenants to identify which number the caller dialed. Destination shows where the call was routed. You'll see extension numbers, but also resolved labels like VM:201 for voicemail, showing exactly which mailbox caught the call, instead of a generic voicemail label. Context shows the asterisk dial plan context. Duration is the total ring-to-hang-up time, while billsec is the actual talk time. The difference between these two tells you how long the phone rang before being answered. The Actions column has play and transcript buttons for calls that have recordings or AI transcriptions. One of the most useful CDR features is routing context. When a call passes through an IVR, queue, or hunt group before reaching its destination, the system records the full routing path in the user field. This shows up as colored badges next to the destination, via IVR, via queue, or via hunt group. For example, a call that came in through the main IVR and was routed to the support queue shows both badges in sequence. Voicemail destinations are resolved to show the specific mailbox number. VM:201 tells you it went to Jake Thornton's voicemail, not just a generic voicemail label. Extension calls that eventually fell to voicemail show an arrow indicator like 217 arrow VM, meaning the call rang extension 217 but was not answered and was caught by voicemail. If spam scoring is enabled on the inbound DD, you'll also see spam score badges, a green clean badge with the score for legitimate calls, or a red spam badge for calls that exceeded the threshold. These routing breadcrumbs make it easy to trace exactly how each call was handled by the system. The filter bar at the top lets you slice the CDR data in multiple ways. Start and end dates set the date range. The default is the last 7 days, but you can pull months of history. Source and destination let you search by partial match on caller ID or extension number. The disposition drop-down filters by call outcome, answered, no answer, busy, or failed. The transcript search field is particularly powerful. It performs a full-text Boolean search against the AI-generated transcripts, so you can find calls where someone mentioned a specific product name, account number, or complaint keyword. The recording checkbox filters to only show calls that have recordings, and the transcription checkbox filters to calls that have been transcribed by AI. You can combine all of these filters together. For example, show only answered calls with transcripts that mention a specific word within a date range. Click Filter to apply or reset to clear everything back to the default 7-day view. Calls that have recordings show a play button in the Actions column. When you click it, the system generates a presigned S3 URL for that specific recording file. Presigned URLs are temporary authenticated links. They give you direct access to the recording in cloud storage without exposing your S3 credentials, and they expire after a short time for security. The audio player appears inline in the table, and you can play, pause, and scrub through the recording right there without leaving the page. There's one important timing detail. Recordings are synced from the Asterisk servers to S3 every 5 minutes, so the system enforces a 10-minute delay before showing the play button. For very recent calls, you'll see a clock icon instead of the play button, indicating the recording is still syncing to cloud storage. Once the 10-minute window passes, the play button activates. Sub-leg recordings in the expandable rows also have their own play buttons, so you can listen to each leg of a multi-hop call individually. Calls with AI transcriptions show a document icon next to the play button. Clicking it opens the AI call summary modal. The summary section at the top is a concise AI-generated overview of the call. Who called, what the call was about, any action items or outcomes. Below that is the full transcript section with a show hide toggle. The full transcript includes speaker diarization, meaning it identifies who said what during the call, showing the conversation turn by turn. This is generated automatically by the AI transcription pipeline. Recordings are pulled from S3, transcribed using OpenAI Whisper, then summarized by an LLM. The transcript search in the filter bar searches across both the summary and the full transcript text using My School full text indexing, so you can find calls by any word or phrase that was spoken. This makes CDR a powerful compliance and quality assurance tool. You can search thousands of calls for specific keywords without listening to any of them. Calls that pass through queues, hunt groups, IVRs, or extensions are expandable. You'll see a small triangle icon next to the destination. Clicking the row expands it to show all the sublegs of that call. At the top of the expanded section is the routing path breadcrumb trail, showing the exact sequence of hops. For example, IVR number 41 arrow Q number 36. Below that is a subtable showing each individual ring attempt with its own timestamp, destination, extension, device name, duration, and disposition. For a queue call, you'll see each agent that was rung. Some may show no answer if they didn't pick up. And the final agent shows answered. Each subleg can also have its own recording play button. This level of detail is essential for troubleshooting. If a caller complains they were on hold too long, you can see exactly which agents were rung, in what order, and how long each ring attempt lasted before the call was finally answered. The Export CSV button in the top right downloads the current filtered view as a CSV file. The export respects all your active filters, date range, source, destination, disposition, recording and transcript flags, and transcript search. The CSV includes columns for date, source, destination, context, duration, billable seconds, disposition, tenant, unique ID, and the route path column, which contains the raw routing breadcrumbs. This route path data is valuable for external analysis. You can import the CSV into a spreadsheet or BI tool and parse the routing breadcrumbs to analyze call flow patterns, IVR traversal rates, or queue routing efficiency. The unique ID column is Asterisk's internal call identifier and can be used to correlate CDR records with external systems or with the queue log. For compliance and audit requirements, the CSV export gives you a portable format that can be archived or shared with stakeholders who don't have portal access. That covers call detail records in the admin console. Here's a quick recap. CDR shows every call through your PBX with date, source, DID, destination, duration, and disposition. Routing context badges trace each call through IVRs, queues, and hunt groups. Voicemail destinations resolve to specific mailbox numbers. The filter system supports date range, source, destination, disposition, recording, and transcription toggles, and full-text transcript search. Recording playback uses presigned S3 URLs with a 10-minute sync delay for recent calls. AI transcriptions provide call summaries and full transcripts with speaker diarization. Expandable sublegs reveal the complete routing path and individual ring attempts for complex calls. And CSV export gives you all the filtered data, including route paths for external analysis. Check the documentation link below for the complete CDR reference.